Hello, beautiful friends. It is Janine. Welcome back to Journey with Janine. And if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. This is a place where we talk all things mindset, owning your inner magic, and living your best life. Today, I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about my personal journey through being a yoga instructor, a mindful photographer, and integrative wellness coach, and how I support my community, my clientele, and really my intentions in what I bring to the world. So let's get started. Prior to me getting into all things holistic and wellness, I actually was an executive retail leader. Retail offers so much wisdom and just so many things. Anybody who's worked retail understands what I'm saying. You deal with so many emotions of your customers, of your staff, of your team, of your leadership. There's constant change, there's rushes of people and seasons, and there's just always this influx of stuff that's coming at you at 100 miles an hour. In my time with retail, I just noticed that a lot of my team members were coming to me trying to figure out why their performance was lacking or understanding what obstacles were currently present in their life. And it wasn't because they had really hard time with managing time, or it wasn't even that they were having difficulty at the core of time management or relationships with their partner or being able to plan and strategize the workload that they had for that week for my leadership team that I had. It was really internal stuff that we talked through and figured out what those internal personal blockages and obstacles were. And with my time that I supported people in seeing themselves, seeing their own reflections, identifying their shadows, and being able to really figure themselves out, I was just like, I want to do this, but not have to worry about signage and Black Friday and all of the other things that go along with retail. So I went ahead and started school and got my master's in psychology, which is really, really great. And at one point in time, I thought that I wanted to be a certified psychologist. However, that just didn't really resonate with my soul. Once I got my master's in psychology and realized that I didn't want to pursue a path of a psychologist, I was like, okay, well, Janine, what are you going to do? And I knew that I've always wanted to do yoga. I really should have probably gotten my yoga certification during college, but I'm so glad that I finally did get my yoga teacher certification in 2020. And really just, teaching yoga is such medicine. If you've never taken a yoga class, you should definitely take it. It offers you this really beautiful dynamic of wisdom, movement, inner reflection, hearing yourself, receiving goodness from others, and energy flow around you. And for anybody who's ever thought like, oh, well, I'm not flexible enough to do yoga, or I'm really tight, or, do you have to be Hindu to do yoga? Like, none of those are true. Like, one, yoga is for the inflexible. The people who are inflexible, we need yoga the most. So coming in and allowing your body to release and relax and return to its natural state of being flexible. Because when our body is flexible, that also translates into our mind. How flexible is your mind? How flexible is your body? And taking the opportunity to get on your mat and just be able to delve into that relationship of flexibility internally and externally. So I love yoga, still teaching yoga classes. We'll probably be teaching yoga classes forever. It's a jam and it makes my heart just sing from the mountaintops. So I was doing yoga, taught yoga, and then I got into photography, which I modeled for a little bit, and that was a vibe, but it wasn't for me. So I stepped away from that and got on the other side of the camera. What I love about being a photographer is it's really intimate, and when you have people who allow you to be in their personal space and capture them in their vulnerability, in their joy, in their unsureness, in their awkwardness, that's a really special gift. And I loved being able to cultivate space and have this container where clients could feel safe. They could be bold, they could be sassy, they could be sexy, they could be whoever they wanted to be and embody their true nature, their nature that they wanted to truly be in but hadn't found that bridge yet, and really inspire them to be their highest self. And I think that photography really can be a vision board in itself. It can be this manifestation tool to identify who is it that you're working to be, who is your future self, and how can you feel in that feeling in the now. and then being able to see that on paper, on film, on a camera, and it's like, wow, like she really is beautiful. I really am beautiful. I really am powerful. I can do X, Y, Z. I didn't realize that I looked this amazing. That's an amazing feeling to have, and to be able to cultivate that space for people to experience that shift internally. It's just magic, magic. So since my journey with photography and yoga, I've delved a little deeper and found this other aspect of myself in integrative wellness coaching, which I absolutely love, and I really feel like hold a space for all of the things that I love to do in being that bridge for people to be their own guru, to be their own coach, to be their own wisdom, and embody and act in that. Because at the end of the day, you know the medicine that you need. While you may not be consciously aware of it, it's in there. And if we get quiet enough, if we get still enough, and get curious enough to be open to what could be and what is, then you'll be able to harness that medicine inside of you to really make the most of your existence. So what I do as a coach is not telling my clients what they should do or how they should do, or these practice this, and this. That's not really what a coach is being about. That is a consultant, that is a mentor, that is a psychologist. Like, those types of roles offer more of the hold your hand guidance, versus a coach really holds a container to be a reflection, to be a mirror, and to allow space for curiosity, for experimentation, and to facilitate. And they facilitate that inner exploration of what can be at the highest possibility. And that's such an amazing experience that I get to have, and I absolutely love. Sometimes I take my coaching to my camera and utilize that modality to help bring forth a little bit more visualization. Some people are visual learners, and they need to see where tension or trauma or discomfort may be existing in their body. And that goes into a little bit of metaphysics and some really cool stuff with yoga. But we hold so much energy in our body. We are literally an energy body. So our fears, our courage, our happiness, our sadness, it's all in our body. And the way that we show up on camera is an expression of what's internal. So yes, so I just love using all of the things that I have, and I love using these silos of information and wisdom from yoga, from psychology, from mind-body medicine, from indigenous practices, and really just taking all of it and using it as your basket of tools. So what type of clients do I take as an integrative wellness coach? A lot of times, most of my clients are navigating, trying to get from one place in their life to another, and that may manifest in feeling like they're not happy with their body composition first. So a person who's trying to lose weight or change and morph the way that their body is exhibiting. So being able to do a body transformation or a metamorphosis is something that I help with them with, because a lot of that, like I said before, is about what's going on internally. The foods that we choose, the way that we eat, the relationship that we have with food, the relationship that we have with movement is all about the relationship that we have with ourselves. We just go on these really awesome journeys together where they're able to pull out the wisdom that's internal. And a lot of times we don't know what we need until we ask ourselves. So I just even encourage you today, get curious about what's going on internally. Whether you have a prayer, a meditation practice, a journaling practice, or what have you, who are you now, and who are you working to be in your future self? What is your relationship with your current identity? A lot of times we can get really focused on who we have been and who we even are today, that we're not willing to be courageous or step outside of our comfort zone, because this is who I am and this is how I act. This is my disposition. And the thing is, who we are today is not really that important. It's who we're working towards being in the long term. Every day that we exist, we're building up the structure of our full self, whether that's going to be our full self at a not so great standpoint, or it's going to be our full self at our full capacity and potential and light. So that is what I love doing with my clients. It's an amazing experience. I'm inspired every day by the work that they do for themselves and the relationships that we get to cultivate together. And as I journey forth, I just aim to really bring more of that. And that's what this channel is really set up to do, is to offer nuggets of wisdom that I learn as a coach, being a coach, through my clients, through my own healing and embodiment journey in this time and place. So what can you expect on the journey with Janine? We're going to have meditations for you. We're going to have just motivational talks to provide space to reflect, get curious, answer questions that maybe you've had about yourself, and transform into the best version of yourself that you desire to be. It's great to be able to take the pictures and live the life on the gram, but I want you to live your best life for you and to be the best possible version of yourself that you can be in this lifetime. So stick around for more good stuff, and sending you so much love, light, and joy.